Welcome back to our channel, Exposing the Great Australian Government. In this video and document, we'll be looking at the official government documentation, which will show you the facts on what these purported politicians and political parties have done behind your back and behind closed doors to move away from the primary law, our 1901 Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act as proclaimed and gazetted. All relevant documents can all be found under this video in the description. We welcome anyone to prove this information incorrect, but please back it up with the facts. Let's get into it. All States Australia Acts Request Act 1985 facts. These are facts on how these political parties have backdoored our primary law, Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act 1901 as proclaimed and gazetted. They have changed the Crown Enacting Manner and form so as to remove Crown and constitutional authority, therefore bypassing Section 58 Royal Assent behind our backs. This allows political parties to sneak their purported act in without Crown authority. All States Australia Acts Request Act 1985 facts. Treason from within. I can explain this to you, I can't comprehend it for you. When we wake up, Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act 1901 as proclaimed and gazetted. Part 2. The Senate. 7. The Senate. The Senate shall be composed of senators for each state, directly chosen by the people of the state, voting until the Parliament otherwise provides as one electorate, not by political parties.
Yeah, this one electorate is very important because all state senators vote for the state. They represent the state. All states have equal amount of senators. Today they've wrecked that system by having the Northern Territory 2 senators and the ACT with 2 senators. But senators represent the state, the whole state, not what you got to also realise there, that Hawke, when he created the ACT, that is a private system, that ACT. Okay.
Part 3. The House of Representatives. 24. Constitution of House of Representatives. The House of Representatives shall be composed of members directly chosen by the people of the Commonwealth, and the number of such members shall be, as nearly as practicable, twice the number of the senators, not by political parties.
These House of Representatives are people, they're all independent. They only represent the area which they're in, which has... See, when you have a referendum, all we've got today is political parties. You want this one, that one, or whatever they represent. But in our Commonwealth of Australia, the House of Representatives represent the area of which voted for them. That's all. They don't represent anything else. Political parties only represent their own party and their party constituents, which is very small. The members of the House of Representatives represent the area of where they're supposed to, where they are. Therefore, then you can turn and go and tell them what you want, how you want things to be done, and if they don't do it, if there's enough of you and he's not doing as that area says, you can take him out and tar and feather him. He's not tied to a political party where the whip goes around and tells them what they've got to vote for.
So we've got Australian Labor Party. That equals a political party, which equals treason. Katter's Australian Party. Liberal.
With Katter's Australian Party, I used to be very friendly with Katter's Australian Party when I was learning all this stuff. And Katter, I got into Katter one day, Bob Katter, and asked him why the hell he got this a certain act, I can't remember, is it an environmental act through the federal parliament when I was learning. And I said to him, why the hell did you ever vote for this? And he said straight out, he said, the whip came around, rounded us all up, just told us that this act was what we needed and it was good for us. So they rounded us up, shoved us into Parliament, so we all voted for yes for that act. He said, I'm sorry, but he said that's how it was. So it's a real telling you exactly, these people don't represent us, they represent their parties.
So, Liberal National Party, the Greens, Animal Justice Party, One Nation, the Great Australian Party, and more. They all equal political party, or political parties, which is treason. Federal political party corporations have a boardroom called the Senate. They have a meeting place called the House of Representatives. For their corporation, they have a clown purportedly called the Governor-General, for their corporate, sovereign, independent and federal nation in a geographical sense. All state political party corporations have a clown purportedly called the Governor, for their sovereign, independent and federal nation in a geographical sense.
This geographical sense is when they changed the constitutional definitions in 1973. They created Australia, or Commonwealth means Commonwealth of Australia in a geographical sense. It just means that this geographical sense, all they've done is writing on a piece of paper, and that's all we're fighting, is the pen.
So these corporations have no crown and constitutional authority. None of the above so-called political parties have any authority over anybody outside their corporations. Political party purported Governor-General and all state political party governors sit in treason. Now you can find this in the Pocket Constitution if you go to your local member and ask him for your copy of their free Commonwealth Constitution. You'll find this in there, but they don't bring this forward. It's still there, but they don't recognise it.
You can't have Royal Assent in a sovereign independent federal nation, and the con job is they leave it. This is a changing of the Constitution without having a referendum. It's just total treason. It's done, like I said before, it's all done behind our backs.
Alright, up on the top left hand corner you've got a so-called $5 note, and then under that you've got a so-called $50 note. Now these are all got United States patent numbers. Their trademark office serial number is 890000474, and it's political party Australia Republic currency. So in this actual series of the dollar notes, $100, $50, $20, $10 and $5,
that's a 1 with 2 O's, a 5 with 1 O, a 2 with an O, a 1 with an O. It's not actually numbers.
Yes, that's true. Where are we? All have the treasonous political party Republic seal within them, which is the kangaroo and the emu that they created. The debt of this counterfeit dollar belongs to the treasonous political parties and their members, not the people as established under our Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act 1901 as proclaimed and gazetted. In 1965, all state governors and parliaments agreed to create the dollar outside our Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act 1901 as proclaimed and gazetted. Therefore, the dollar being counterfeit, all contracts with the dollar are fraud. Fraud within any contract makes the contract void. All loans in the dollar, housing, property, farms and businesses are void. The Commonwealth of Australia, the Enacting Manner and Form, year 1972, being enacted by the Queen's Most Excellent Majesty, the Senate and the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Australia, which equals Crown and Constitutional Authority. Then in 1973 it changed over to be it therefore enacted by the Queen, the Senate and the House of Representatives of Australia. So note that Most Excellent Majesty and Commonwealth have been removed. So Most Excellent Majesty, Royal Assent has been removed. Commonwealth, Quick and Garron's Annotated Constitution, Commonwealth, page 927, quote, "Attention is particularly drawn to this definition of Commonwealth, which is clear and unchallengeable, according to the express wording of the preamble and the first 6 clauses of the Imperial Act."
Now, with these enacting matter and forms, that is part of Crown authority. You can have Crown authority only by a governor or a Governor General. On your 6 state governors, later on, they're all compromised at this time because they're paid in the dollar. But they're still using the Royal Coat of Arms, Royal Assent, in 1972, even though they took over the Governor General in 1960. This is all done by slowly changing things here and there, so it's not so noticeable. But when you turn around and take out Most Excellent Majesty and the word Commonwealth, you remove total Crown authority out of your enacting manner and form. So from that point forward, and you'll find they start using their public functionary seal for their acts, which is telling you that the Governor or the Governor General is not representing the Crown anymore, and he's not under the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act anymore. Because, let's face it, the political parties are not there. So, but if we wake up, Clause 5 makes everybody accountable. So all these political parties have got a problem when we wake up.
So, constitutional definitions went from this: Acts Interpretation Act number 2 of 1901, and on the right hand side, constitutional and official definitions: the Commonwealth, Australia, number 17. So the Australia's for the bottom one. All right.
Yes.
A, the Commonwealth shall mean the Commonwealth of Australia. So we come back to the right, Australia. Then we go back to B, Australia includes the whole of the Commonwealth.
This system of having the headings on the side is the old Pring system of writing law. It's just the way they used to do it in the old days, that's all.
To this treason, no referendum. This act was done while sitting within the walls of our Parliament. Acts Interpretation Act number 79 of 1973. Be it enacted by the Queen, the Senate and the House of Representatives of Australia as follows. Wrong enacting manner and form already. Constitutional and official definitions. 4. 1. Section 17 of the Principal Act is amended. A. By omitting paragraphs A and B and substituting the following paragraph. A. Australia or the Commonwealth means the Commonwealth of Australia and when used in a geographical sense. Treasonous political parties created for their Commonwealth of Australia. Australian Electoral Act of 1973. All elections and referendums are now held under political party corporations and their definitions.
That being under the Electoral Act, all your elections today can mean absolutely nothing from 1973 forward. You don't have a Governor General for a start to write the writ. He's just a treasonous, traitorous piece of shit. You've got these Electoral Act, all elections, especially your main referendums, they don't take any notice of us in any way, shape or form. We are just an abstract entity in their system.
Which brings us to the Australian Citizenship Act of 1973. Australian citizens swear their oath to the Queen of Australia.
That makes you straight out an abstract entity. You're living. You're in name is in capitals. Remember when they turned around and removed from the enacting manner and form they removed to most excellent majesty, and the word Commonwealth, which is the preamble in the first 6 clauses. The first words of the preamble are whereas the people of, and then they name the states. So all those people belonging to the states. We had a referendum and we voted in sections 1 to 128. That is all our doings of our great fathers. This system here, they've removed all that, and now for their system we're in capital letters.
Royal Style and Titles Act 1973. Treasonous political parties created their so-called parliament parallel to ours. Political parties created their own private Commonwealth of Australia as a sovereign, independent and federal nation in a geographical sense, which is just writing on paper.